Hi, welcome back to Whisky Wednesday. I'm Joe and every Wednesday I do whisky video reviews. This week I'm going to review the Laphroaig Pedro Jimenez finish, or the PX finish as people like to call it. And Pedro Jimenez is a type of sherry, so the final maturity of this whisky is being matured in the PX cask. And the PX is a very kind of rich and fruity and nutty type of sherry. It's bottled at 48%, the Laphroaig, and you can only find the Laphroaig PX in duty-free airports, and it's usually, I think, around about £30 to £40, but you get a litre of it, which is, you know, kind of beneficial because everywhere else in the UK they just sell standard 70cl bottles. It's lovely kind of dark amber. Let's give it a nose. Straight away, classic big iodine Laphroaig. Heavy medicinal. Something that reminds me almost of a, you know, when you're waiting in like a dentist waiting room, and you can smell all the kind of dentist drills and the tools. It smells kind of like that. The difference between this and the standard Laphroaig is getting those kind of raisin notes on the nose, and that'll come from the extra maturation in the PX cask. There's something slightly floral. Compared to the standard, it's actually fairly mellow peat, but it is still medicinal, iodine-y, slightly tarry, like creosote. Something a little bit chocolatey about it as well, almost like kind of chocolate covered raisins. Now as it opens up, you get that kind of burnt coffee note. It's a mellow nose, but really, really complex. There's loads going on. Really nice on the nose. Well, let's give it a taste. Now straight away, it's back to that classic Laphroaig, like an oily mouthfeel. Big peat reek. There's a nice kind of black pepper heat to it, slightly spicy. But then you get those nice kind of, it's almost like a burnt Christmas cake. So you are getting that kind of raisiny, fruity influence from the PX cask. Yeah, kind of cakey, slightly kind of cigar smoky, coffee. Another little taste. Also, when you're drinking whiskey as well and tasting it, you'll notice that the second taste you get a lot more flavour from it. That's because the first taste coats your mouth with the spirits and kind of numbs your taste buds slightly, so that the second taste doesn't kind of hit you with a big alcoholic hint. Yeah, classic Laphroaig. Oily mouthfeel, peat reek, raisiny, kind of burnt Christmas cakey. Mellow as well. It's a lot more mellow than a standard bottling. But the only thing I don't like about this whisky, and I really, really want to like it, is the finish. The finish to me, it just tastes like a kind of an ashtray. Like, imagine if you've smoked a cigar and you wake up in the morning, you've still got that kind of horrible ashy taste in your mouth. The finish is kind of like that. And for me that's such a shame, because as I say, I really, really want to like this whisky. But the finish, it does, for me anyway, it just ruins it. So I'm going to have to give us a 6 out of 10. Apologies to anyone who loves this whisky, but again it is kind of down to personal preference. Lovely nose, lovely palate, lovely front of the palate, lovely mid palate, but it's just the finish. I can't get that taste out of my head. Horrible ashtray. So yeah, Laphroaig PX cask, 6 out of 10. Please share the video, like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter, and I'll put all the links in the description below. And I'll see you next week, guys. Cheers.